I think for the first time in a long time, people are finally talking, second guessing. Nobody knows who it could be, but everyone is talking again about the WWE. Who is the White Rabbit? There's people and signs all pointing. People are saying that this is Bray Wyatt, and the signs point to him. And even though Triple H did say is someone that nobody's talking about, the signs are still pointing to Bray Wyatt. He's my number one pick, in my opinion, of who this is. This is his sort of thing. And I'd love to see Bray Wyatt back. And maybe that's more the reason why that I want it to be Bray Wyatt, is because I want Bray Wyatt back on my TV screen like many wrestling fans do. The guy is very talented, no doubt. He's proven it time and time again. Okay, the Fiend character kind of died a sad death. It wasn't the best towards the end. And maybe that's not all his fault. Creative didn't help, let's face it. And now the WWE are under new leadership. Let's hope it is at one point, soon, at some time, Bray Wyatt can come back and show us how talented he actually really is. As we all know, he has proven in the past. I hope it is Bray Wyatt, and as I'm very sure many other people do. But like I said, and like Triple H said, it's someone no one's talking about. And with the next video released via TikTok account, TikTok, could it be Karrion Kross? There are signs there pointing towards him. But even he said, it's not him. Could it be someone that's aligning with him? Possibly, because the White Rabbit goes back to his days at Lucha Underground. So there are connections there for Karrion Kross. There's a list like people are suggesting, like there were suggestions of Edge, but we know it's not Edge now. He's back. He's facing Finn Balor at Extreme Rules. So we know it's not Edge. Who could it be? There's a long list. People are saying maybe it's Aleister Black. Has Malachi been released, though, from his AEW contract? As far as I know, he hasn't. But what do I know? Just a fan. So I doubt it's him. I'd love it. Like I said, I'd love him to be back in the WWE. I think his run in AEW has been piss poor, to say the least. And that's being kind. So I'd love it to be him. Under the wing of Triple H again, like he was in NXT, where he was the best of himself. And I'd love to see him back and at that sort of level. But who knows where his career is going at the moment. So I doubt it's him. There are a couple of people saying, could it be Eric Rowan? That's such a WWE thing to do. And people would be pissed off if it was him. Like I said, there was another video put out, and it was video clippings of different wrestlers from days gone by, from the Attitude Era, WWF Attitude Era, ECW. So does that mean ECW guys? Could it be that they're debuting at Extreme Rules, which is in Philadelphia? That would make sense. There was a code at the end of the video. I think it was like 40201 or something like that. Let me get it up quickly. 40701 supposedly happens to be the postcode for Corbin, Kentucky. Could it be Baron Corbin? Jesus Christ, could you imagine? It's another shitty gimmick for him. Happy Corbin has changed again. I haven't seen him for a while, so where has he disappeared to? So it could be. He's an outside bet. I'm pretty sure people would be pissed off if it was him too. Seth Rollins, maybe. There's outside shout for him. There's a few outside shouts. Is it Bad Bunny? Is it the Easter Bunny? There's a few people there, but like I said, it's still got people talking. People are more interested in this than the actual wrestling shows at the moment, and that's a fact. Let's have it straight. They are. More people are talking about who the in White Rabbit is rather than talking about the wrestling. And people are talking about the wrestling show, about White Rabbit, not the wrestling shows themselves. Is it unfortunate? No, not really. People are talking about the WWE. That's all you need. And people are watching the show to see if and when this White Rabbit shows up. Because, like, SmackDown the other night, the highest rated segment was Braun Strowman versus Otis. Because people are thinking, has Braun Strowman got something to do with it? Was it at 9:23 as well when they came out, when people were watching? Because that was the other video. There's been a few things linking. Mainly, my opinion, it's got to be Bray Wyatt. If it's not, then what the hell is going on? Could it be Bo Dallas? He's an outside shout. The brother of Bray. Wasn't a great competitor in the first place, so would people be that happy that it's him? Would they be elated to see Bo Dallas is the White Rabbit? Who knows? It's interesting though, and people are talking about it. What people aren't talking about is Raw. And I'm not surprised. Because to be honest with you, it was 3 hours of absolute trash. Absolute garbage. There were a couple of highlights, I will give you that. Sami Zayn turning up on the show. Thank goodness for him. Thank goodness for the bloodline that they graced us with their presence on Monday Night Raw and made this show a little bit more bearable. Thank you, Sami. But we start off with a dreadful in-ring segment. I mean, my God. Bianca Belair, she shouldn't be on the mic. Yes, she's decent in the ring, but on the mic, she's dreadful. Talking is not her game. Let's get it straight. Let's have it right. She's not very good. Asuka's a joke now. She just wants to dance. Hey, you can really dance. You can really dance. I mean, come on, Asuka. When she came into this company, she was a killer. She was awesome. And now look what they've done to her. Jesus, it's a joke that she is in this and just a side part, and the character she portrays is an absolute farce and a joke. Alexa Bliss, I'm sorry, I can't take her seriously. She's about 2 foot tall. Now, Damage Control, I don't mind. I think they're pretty good. Bailey is amazing. On the mic, in the ring, by far the best thing we've got in this company as a woman goes. Let's have it right. Bailey is fantastic. The other two, take them all. On the mic, they're not that great. Just don't let them talk. Let Bailey do all the talking because it works. She's the mouthpiece. She's the leader of this faction, and all three of them very good in the ring. I think Io Sky or Shirai. I don't know why Io Sky is such a shit name. Are they thinking people will struggle with Shirai? Jesus. Io had a decent match, a decent match, more than a decent match with Bianca Belair. But like most matches this night, interference played its part. Bianca gets the win. Of course she does. She's the champion. She should really be winning, so she shouldn't really be. But they could have had a brawl or something to make it a double DQ or a double count out or something like that, where the tag team champion don't have to lose. But Io Sky is just a lackey of Bailey. Let's have it right. But a good match. Bianca gets the win. Asuka's still dancing. And this was just dreadful. Dreadful. Rey Mysterio promo was okay, explaining why he's facing Seth Rollins tonight, and the history there is known. Seth's promo in the ring was decent, I suppose. He's probably one of the highlights of this show. His match with Rey Mysterio was good, but yes, there was more interference, and there's interference in a lot of these matches over the last couple of weeks, and it's starting to get a bit annoying that we can't just have a clean finish. Dominic and Rhea Ripley cost Rey Mysterio the match. I'm liking what they're doing with Dominic. I think Dominic's pretty good now. As a heel, I'm enjoying his shit. Rhea Ripley's very, very good. They are a highlight of the show. Rhea Ripley, definitely. So I didn't mind what they did here. I thought that was pretty good. Costing Rey Mysterio the match. We move. Seth Rollins gets the win, but there's no Matt Riddle out there to help Rey Mysterio out, which was surprising. Kevin Owens and Johnny Gargano defeated Alpha Academy in an okay tag team match, I suppose. Kevin Owens got an injury, it looked like, to the ribs. Otis was taken out from a table. Theory interfered, more interference. Luckily, it didn't cost them the match, I suppose. Johnny Gargano was able to do very well and carried the match towards the end. And yeah, Johnny Gargano looked good, I suppose. Kevin Owens got an injury, which was a shame, in his home country of Canada. Oh, Canada. But it was decent. Had a bit between AJ and Finn backstage. AJ doesn't want to join the Judgment Day, it looks like, but you never know, it could happen. I don't think he'd be very good in that faction, though. Come on, let's have it right. If anyone's joining that faction, it's Seth Rollins. He seemed more and more tonight that he was in cahoots with them. So, they had a segment backstage, which was a little okay, I suppose. It was a little bit entertaining. You had Gable, Otis, and Theory. Theory's phone rings. It's Braun Strowman. After the comments Gable made backstage about Strowman, he's facing him next week. It was decent. Thank you. Sorry. It was decent. I must say, like, Gable and Otis are just a joke team now. You can't take them seriously. They're not going to contend for anything. Gable was actually an Olympic wrestler, so you would have thought like they try and make him a bit more serious, but he's a complete joke now, and there's no way back from that for him, in my opinion. Otis is getting Gargano next week, which should be a decent. They're trying to build towards Gargano and Theory for a match, and I'm surprised they're not doing Extreme Rules. Maybe they're saving it for later down the line. But Gargano versus Otis could be a good way to tell the story. Get Gargano injured, and then he's got to fight back and beat Austin Theory, who they haven't done a lot with recently since Vince left, and he was Vince's golden boy. It's kind of been like jobbed out, like he's pissed someone off backstage, hasn't he? Hasn't won many. Been made to look like a bit of a fool in everything he's done. Miz's security team were taken out, and Dexter Lumis is dressed up in hockey gear. He chokes Miz out. He strokes his face. Yes, this was creepy, but where is this going? Is there going to be a match at some point? Dexter Lumis is a good character, I suppose. Interesting, different. Could he be the White Rabbit? I doubt it. Debut. How about that? A woman that can actually wrestle. A debut of a woman who can actually wrestle. That's how we do it. Not someone who just debuts and she can't even compete. What's that about? Candice LeRae is back. And she defeats Nikki Ash. And what's going on with Nikki Ash, man? Jesus. This was a decent match, I suppose. Nikki got squashed. And she just needs to drop that superhero gimmick, or nearly. And she's not even a superhero. She's nearly a superhero. Almost a superhero, should I say. It's terrible. Who cares? That's a rib on her. Surely that character is a joke, man. They're taking the piss out of you. But this match was short and sweet, just like Candice LeRae. Got to the point. Good win for her. She's looking good. Can't wait to see more of her because she is very talented and a good addition to this roster, in my opinion. Good on the mic, good in the ring. Yeah, I'm happy she's here and back in WWE and on Raw, where she should have been for a long time, because she's far more talented and many of the others on this roster. It's a joke that she wasn't there before. So we had a Judgment Day promo backstage, and we are all led to believe, I think, that Finn Balor is the leader of the Judgment Day. And no, he's not. It is clear. It is clear who the talented one is. Kind of reminded me of the days of the Nation of Domination, when you had Farouk as the leader, but The Rock is there, and he's like the one he's got it. He's the future. He's the star, and he starts to take over with the promos. He can talk. He's great. He's got the look. He is the leader, really. And eventually he does take over. For me, Damian Priest. Damian fucking Priest. If everyone's going to be a leader out of these lot, it's going to be him. And my goodness, is he great. On the mic, in the ring, he's got a great look. He could lead this faction easily. Just give him more time to talk on the mic. He's much better than Finn Balor. Much better, and that's not hard. A lot of people are better on the mic than Finn Balor. Better at talking. Finn is a side man. Let's have it right. He's the wing man. He's the side man. He ain't gonna be the main man. He's a supporting role. And that's his lot. I'm sorry if that bothers anybody, if that offends anybody. I don't give a flying you know what. Damian Priest should be the leader of this faction, and he proved it in this promo. He looked like the leader. He looked like the guy in charge of this faction. If you didn't know, and this was the first time you were watching, you'd say, that geezer's the leader, isn't he, of this group, this gang? He's the one in charge. Gotta be. Can't be that little midget one next to him. Can't be the one with the baby face. Can't be the lady, surely. It's got to be that geezer. Has to be. If you saw that group walking down the street, you'd think, yeah, that geezer's in charge. And he looks like it, and he should be. He's proving it. Even though he lost to Riddle, which was ridiculous, I didn't see why he needed to lose. You're just making that faction look weaker and weaker every time they lose. There's just no point to him. I mean, you could have just made it a DQ. If he's going to lose, let him lose by DQ. Have the group jump in and just beat the fuck out of Riddle at the end. Do you know what I mean? It was ridiculous. Highlight of this show, though. Highlight of this show was AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Solo Sikoa outside as well. More interference. Sami Zayn gets the win. Then we move to Judgment Day, coming down to the ring, talking to AJ, asking him to join. He says no. They attack him. Finn trying to make out like he's the leader, and we all know he's not. Goes to stomp him with his head in a chair, stops and says, "I'm your friend. I wouldn't do that." And basically, he wants him to join the Judgment Day. I can't see that happening. AJ would not suit that group. AJ's the guy who would be fighting that group, and I assume he will be down the road. Then we have the match between Riddle and Priest, which was stupid that Priest lost, like I said. And then the return. After the match, they all beat down Riddle, which they should have just done and made it a DQ. Riddle didn't need the win. Priest didn't need the loss. So neither did the group. They need to be kept strong. It's the best way you get heels over. Make them unbeatable. Seem unbeatable. Even if they're going to lose, they'll lose by getting DQ'd rather than losing by submission or pinfall. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. You're having them lose this early on. Ridiculous that they're becoming a jobber faction. You don't need another one of them. And then the return of Edge, and he just clears the ring, kicks the shit out of everyone, and challenges Finn Balor to a match at Extreme Rules, an I Quit match. Overall, this show sucked, like I said. Dreadful. Long ass show this felt, and you don't want that. A couple of these episodes have been pretty good. This one was not. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's the end. I've had enough of talking about Monday Night Raw because nobody's talking about Monday Night Raw. Everyone's talking about the White Rabbit. Let me know who you think the White Rabbit is down below. Smash the like button, smash the comments out there, share this everywhere. Thank you very much for watching. And all I need you to do is stay safe, stay blessed, and stay lucky. See you next time. Thank you for watching.